The young recruit shoved his hand into his pants, trying to warm up his frozen fingers. Once he regained some feeling, he went back to scooping out rainwater from the trench using his helmet. Outside, the battlefield was already filled with fallen soldiers. A seasoned veteran assigned to post-battle duties gathered the gear and clothing left behind on the field, packed everything up, and sent it back through military channels. The uniforms were cleaned, treated, and repurposed at a factory, eventually returned as what looked like brand new gear, ready to be worn again by others heading to the front. In 1914, the world plunged into war. Nations poured in massive numbers of troops. The conflict quickly turned into a grueling stalemate. Countless lives were lost. To replenish the ranks, students were recruited en masse. On stage, the school principal delivered a fiery speech. Below, the students cheered. Many of them eagerly signed up to serve. New recruit Paul excitedly received his uniform, but when he turned it over, he noticed someone else's name stitched into the label. He went back to the officer, pointing out the mistake. The officer simply smiled, tore off the label, and said, "Now it's yours." What Paul didn't realize was that the uniform already carried the weight of the front lines. Still, he and the others were filled with hope and excitement. The next day, they marched off to the front, singing songs along the way. They arrived quickly. Thunderous booms echoed around them, and the trenches were soaked with rain, instantly shattering their romantic ideas of war. That night, flares lit up the sky one after another, as both sides feared a sudden strike. In that flickering light, Paul spotted a wounded enemy soldier. He reacted quickly, firing to neutralize the threat. But before he could catch his breath, a round struck his helmet. Fortunately, the steel absorbed the impact, and he escaped harm. Soon after, enemy bombardments resumed. The recruits scrambled into dugouts, huddling in corners, paralyzed by fear. They were beginning to grasp the true meaning of war. Paul was pulled out from beneath a broken board by a comrade. He was the only one from his unit who survived that night. He staggered back into the trench, still trying to process what had happened. When a veteran ordered him to begin collecting identification tags, Paul turned over one of the fallen, reaching for the tag, and froze. It was his closest friend. His emotions collapsed. Tears streamed down his face. And in that moment, Paul finally understood the true cost of war.